Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, 1140 in Honolulu, 540 in New York on Friday. Happy Aloha Friday, as we say on the island. It is the 27th day of October, 2023, and this is the Weekend Review. This daily chart of December gold absolutely doesn't say the whole picture because it doesn't include aftermarket trading in Globex. But according to this chart, gold gained $1.10, opening at $19.95, trading to a high of $2,019.70, but closing at $1,998.50. To view the real activity, we'll need to pull up an intraday chart. The real picture, as I said, needs to be seen through the eyes of an intraday chart. We are looking at a 2-hour standard candlestick chart of COMEX gold, the December contract. We can see that in a 4-hour period, gold started trading at $1,989.70. And at the end of that 4-hour period had made the high of the day at approximately 2019. It did sell off ever so slightly, currently settling right around $2,016. At the end of the show, I'll talk about our strategy for next week. However, before I do that, I do want to take a look at some of the technical levels of support and resistance. However, there's a huge caveat to that, and that is that recent gains in the precious yellow metal have been fueled by geopolitical tensions beginning in Ukraine after the Russian invasion. Of course, China and the United States have been squabbling over China's expansion of the South China Sea. And the most recent geopolitical tension to arise, of course, began 3 weeks ago in Israel. I'm looking at this top that came in roughly third week of July, and it came in at around 2026. That was where I would peg the first level of resistance should gold continue to move higher, which I believe could easily happen next week. The level above that is based on these tops here. They come in at around 2038 to 2040. You're looking at a marketplace that is fueled on geopolitical uncertainties and unrest. We certainly have defined that worldwide, as you read in our opening letter, could easily go to a new record high. The record high on this continuous contract is 2143, and that's, of course, based on the December contract of COMEX gold. We're looking at a daily chart of December silver. It has been incrementally moving lower over the entire week, now at $22.88.5. It broke just the other day below $23. The candle size has been extremely small, but except for today, we have seen a series of lower lows throughout the entire week. This is in standard candlestick format. If we convert that to a Henkinashi, it's still solid red. Henkinashi, as you recall, takes the noise out of the market by fixing the open from the midpoint of the prior day on a daily chart. Looking at a bar chart of silver, it shows pretty much the same thing, although it shows it more in a congestion pattern than a hard downward spiral. I think silver will remain under pressure as long as we see U.S. equities move lower. The industrial component of silver is greatly influenced by how U.S. equities and the global equities markets are performing. As far as our strategy for next week and the upcoming weeks for gold, as you know, we have been sidelined for the better part of this week as I was hoping to get a dip in the market somewhere around 1980 to 1985 before initiating a long position. That is obviously not going to happen with gold closing at approximately $2,016. Over the last couple of weekends, we have seen gold rise on Friday only to decline pretty moderately come Monday. That might not happen this Monday if, in fact, the ground incursion into Gaza escalates to a greater extent over the weekend. So the question is, will we be able to buy a dip? I'm hoping for that. But if it becomes apparent that the only play is to buy the breakout, I certainly would look at that as a viable option, because I believe that in terms of upside, the geopolitical tensions worldwide continue to grow, and that will continue to take gold to new highs. And in terms of a top, I would not be surprised if gold by, say, the second quarter of next year was sitting above $2,200 per ounce. This has been Gary Wagner wishing you, as always, good trading, and this weekend, more than most weekends, wishing for peace amongst citizens worldwide.